Today I want to talk about something that happened during my current campaign. So recent, in fact, that this comes from my most recent session as of recording this. It was last Wednesday. The party consists of Miseri, the half-orc barbarian, Bonnibel, the human cleric, Henzio, the asamar warlock, and a number of NPCs, including the unlikely heroes, but they were mostly off working for some gold. There were also 2 players who couldn't make it, so their characters got swooped away by the bird. I have told you about the bird, right? I've told you about the bird before, haven't I? Haven't I? This adventure has been taking place in my homebrewed world, built by hand, carefully detailed with love and cultivated over years. And now I've let the party loose in it. The party is in Lilik, which is a desert region on the southern end of Antor, which is the western continent of the world. They're presently in the coastal touristy city of Kessethrelianth. They're looking for a substance called Liakin to transport to Miseri's sister, to make something the party needs to face a powerful enemy. Here, however, is an issue. You see, Miseri's sister is thousands of miles away. Liakin is an incredibly rare liquid, and they need about 9,000 pounds of the stuff. The party eventually learned where to find Liakin. They could find it in the pyramids of Lilik. It was a key component in rituals used by ancient civilizations of the area to keep their priests, kings, and generals alive long past their natural death. The party inquired as to how these people got so much Liakin back then. However, they were met with only rumors. One rumor said that it was the blood of a living god who created the ancient people of Lilik's deserts. Another that it was mined from far below the desert sands. Wherever it came from, no one truly knew anymore. 'Tis a secret lost to time. So now the players are faced with the challenge of exploring pyramids and ruins to find this liquid and transporting it, the latter being their biggest concern. So the party asks around town looking for some manner to transport a large amount of liquid from one place to another, perhaps through a series of tubes and pipes, or using pressure systems to force it in a particular direction, or they went looking for a plumber. They put their faith in fantasy plumbing, and I loved it. The party found a business in town called the Patched Pipe. I was fighting so hard to keep back my smile. I had music for this shop pulled up on my phone, ready to go, and when they entered, I let it play. As it began, the players heard the opening theme music to the original Super Mario. The shop had brick counters with diagrams and pamphlets explaining different layouts and the physics that allowed them to work. In the window is a pot with a peculiar red plant with teeth. On the walls hang a number of green pipes. There's a back door with a star on it and 2 halflings standing in front of a counter. That counter, which is flush with the wall, has a large tank filled with turtles. They all seem like normal turtles one could get from any shop, but one is incredibly large with spikes on its shell. The halflings are both in overalls, one with a red shirt underneath and a red hat, one with a green shirt underneath and a green hat. The one in green turns around and starts talking to the party, while the one in red feeds the turtles lettuce. After talking to the halfling in green for a minute, they are informed that they can move the Liakin in question, but that the path must be made safe, and that it wouldn't necessarily be cheap. The party agrees nonetheless. With that, the green halfling offers a strange device. It's a short green pipe, capped off on either end. There's a short antenna on one end, with a blinking red light. It comes with a second device, which is nothing more than a black square with a large red button on it. The halfling went on to explain that it was a transmitter of sorts. The button activated the device, and the plumbers would be notified as to the exact location they needed to be. The party bid the plumbers a good day and left. Later on, the party met back up with the unlikely heroes at an inn, where Bonnibel decided to fill Lime in on what was going on. So Bonnibel describes a scene of 2 strange halfling men who keep predatory turtles and sell plumbing, saying that the shopkeep told her that they'll take care of the problem, no questions asked. Lime just stared at Bonnibel. Bonnibel rolled insight to see what was wrong. 26. Okay. So think of the words you just said. Bonnibel realizes what she's done, but she tries to defend the shop as legitimate by pulling out the transmitter she bought, which looks suspiciously like an explosive device. This too she realized just in that moment. She told this story and showed a suspicious device to a cop. Because yes, as you'll recall from the Unlikely Heroes series, Lime is a cop. So that's the story of how the Mario brothers almost got my lawful good cleric arrested.